All right, good morning, everyone. Mike here with the National Weather Service office in Cleveland, and we wanted to give you a forecast update for later on today and tonight for Halloween. We have made some changes with the latest forecast update this morning, and growing a little bit more concerned about a very strong wind event that's going to be occurring across our area into the lake later on this evening. We have an expansive storm system that's rapidly developing from the Gulf Coast all the way up into the Great Lakes this morning, and even snow over into Illinois near Chicago. They're getting some light to moderate snowfall out there. But our main concern over the next few hours will be the heavy rainfall, localized heavy rainfall, maybe some thunderstorms by this afternoon, and then rapidly changing conditions right around sunset this evening. We are watching an area low pressure down near Cincinnati right now that's growing and rapidly deepening. It's going to go right over us here next few hours, and once it hits the lake, it's going to pretty much just really get strong as it moves across the lake this evening into southern Canada. I want to show you the radar real quickly, and here's the radar imagery locally from Cleveland. And again, we have widespread light to moderate rain showers everywhere across the area, with even some embedded heavier showers, and can't rule out some embedded thunderstorms later on this afternoon, especially over the eastern parts of Ohio into northwest Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, it's very mild out there right now. We're in the low to mid 60s. In fact, we're looking at temperatures here at Burke right now 63. Here at the airport we're at 63. Even down in Columbus it's 60 in the low 60s. Canton is at 64, and over in Youngstown is 63. So we're going to be in the low to mid 60s throughout the rest of the afternoon until that cold front gets here about late afternoon this afternoon. And so here's a look at that radar again. I want to show you that the rain from all across the area. So rain, umbrellas needed for the rest of today, and then the umbrella is going to be kind of hard to maintain as we head into tonight with all the wind. So here's what we got. So we upgraded the wind advisory to a high wind warning across our Lakeshore County areas. This includes the islands, specifically the islands out in Put-in-Bay and South Bass Island, and then all along the lakeshore from Erie County, Lorain County, Cuyahoga Lake, Ashtabula, lakeshore areas, and into northwest Pennsylvania and around Erie. So again, all the areas going to see sustained winds 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusts up to 50. If you're in the high wind warning near the lakeshore, you could see sustained winds 40 to 45 miles per hour, gusts up to 60 miles per hour. And that's going to be for late this afternoon through the overnight hours. For mariners, very dangerous conditions expected on the lake. We have gales warnings all across the entire lake, with a storm force warning for the middle and eastern part of the lake. And that's where we're going to see upwards to hurricane force winds, possibly late this evening and overnight tonight, right in the middle part of that lake into the eastern part of the lake. Waves 15 to 20 feet. Large breakers, large waves expected. So with that in mind, and the proponent of the wind coming off the west part of the lake, we did issue a lakeshore flood warning for Lake County, the lakeshore areas of Ashtabula County, and Erie, Pennsylvania, the lakeshore areas. And so if you're along that lakeshore area and impacted by large waves, be mindful that we could see some lakeshore flooding along the immediate areas. And we also have a low water advisory out to the west, where the water is going to be pushed from the western part of the lake all the way up to Buffalo tonight into tomorrow morning. So we're going to have a seiche potential, likely a seiche going to happen over the next 18 to 24 hours, where the water is going to be pushed back and forth across the lake. So be mindful of that if you have any marine interest. So again, let's add another component to this storm system. We are going to see probably a little bit of instability energy, where we could see a few thunderstorms across the eastern part of our area east of 77, and that'll be mainly for eastern Ohio to northwest Pennsylvania. There's so much dynamics and shear with the system that we could see some wind damage or some wind gusts come down from some of these thunderstorms to cause some wind damage. So we are having that little bit of threat. The window of opportunity is going to be mainly between 2 and 4 this afternoon, and we'll show you that on the future radar here in just a second. So let's go ahead and look at this future radar. Again, this is a look at the high resolution model data starting at noon today. We had that light to moderate rain showers with thunderstorms starting to develop just south and east or south and west of the Cleveland area. As we head toward this afternoon, you can see those heavier pockets of rain in the eastern part of Cleveland over towards Chardon and Ashtabula, and then that moves up into the Erie, Pennsylvania area. The cold front's going to be coming through sometime about 3 to 5 in the afternoon. You can see that line kind of progressing across the eastern part of our area. So that's that window. 2 to 5 will be the window for any type of maybe an isolated severe storm or something like that with some strong gusty winds. Front blows through, we clear out. So the good news is what we're going to have is what we call dry slotted for the evening hours. So rain may taper off for the trick-or-treaters, but the main concern that we're worried about is now the high wind. We're going to have a rapidly deepening low pressure system move across the area, and a lot of wind's going to come real fast this evening and overnight tonight. On top of that, we're going to go from the low to mid 60s down into the 30s this evening, and believe it or not, by the time trick-or-treating is, if you still have trick-or-treating going on in your community, late this evening by 10 o'clock, we could have snowflakes over the western part of our area across Toledo, northwest Ohio, and north central Ohio, and gradually spreading eastward during the overnight hours. Wet snowflakes mixing in or changing over to wet snow for the inland areas, and maybe even a couple bands of coming off the lake effect or lake enhanced snow bands or snow showers coming off the lake through Friday morning, especially for those primary snow belt areas. So very multifaceted system. We got a little bit of everything in this forecast, all in about 12 to 18 hours, believe it or not. I want to show you the wind forecast real quick. Again, here's the winds ramping up this afternoon. I mean, by 5 o'clock, we're talking about winds already 40, getting 45 miles per hour over the northwestern areas of our Ohio. By 8 p.m., right in the middle of the evening, we're talking about 50 mile per hour winds along the lakeshore, inland areas 40 to 50, 50 to 55 across the lakeshore, and over the lake 50 to 60 miles per hour. By 11 or after midnight tonight, the winds just really get ramping, and we're talking about that 6 p.m. to midnight, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. time frame where the winds are going to be really bad, especially along the lakeshore areas. Scattered power outages are likely, down limbs, down tree limbs, or trees. Things are going to be blown around, especially any Halloween decorations outside. If you don't have your patio furniture or seasonal furniture indoors or secure, that might be a real good thing to do real quickly, especially before the winds start, and those trash cans as well. And so overnight tonight is going to be very windy across the area. The highest winds going to be closer to the lake and over the lake, and then by tomorrow, late morning and through the midday and afternoon, the winds slowly start slacking off. I want to show you the temperature change again. We're going to start this this afternoon or this morning. We're in the low to mid 60s. Here comes that front about 3 or 4 o'clock. The temperatures drop dramatically, so we go from the low to mid 60s, and by 9 p.m. 8 to 9 p.m. we're in the mid to upper 30s with a wind chill in the 20s or teens and some snowflakes starting to mix in. So big changes heading our way over the next 12 to 18 hours. Wind, rain, thunderstorms, and then some wet snowflakes all in the same day. So happy Halloween. And speaking of happy Halloween, we want to say from all of us here at NWS Cleveland, we want to wish you a safe and very happy Halloween. Hopefully it's not too spooky. If you have any other questions or any more weather information, visit us on our social media pages, twitter.com/NWSCLE, or our Facebook, obviously our Facebook page, or our website, which is weather.gov/Cleveland. And now I'll give you all the latest information regarding this multifaceted storm across our area and across the region as well. So again, thanks Todd for joining us on our Facebook Live, and hopefully this was a little bit more information for you guys to take, and we will be here all day and all night tracking the storm system. We'll talk to you later. Bye.